I'd like to continue with a fast.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome everybody here to the Foresters this evening for a big variety show here. We've got a host of cabaret here. So we're going to start the off here this evening with the one and only Kieran Kelly and Kira Kelly and Kelly's Heroes.
Thank you very much. He almost made it. Yeah. This time it's a little number recorded by Foster Nell and Brendan Shana's one called Nancy Miles. Nancy was a tinker girl who roamed the country roads and on. Will tell you how she came to be a legend in her time. And the reason that I came to know, well, the tinker told me so. You better fought to pass to me the tale of Nancy Miles. Nancy's father, Tinker Dan, was a poor but honest man. Drove a horse-drawn caravan all through the Emerald Isle. And when Nancy was no more a child, Daddy didn't have to toil. Men would come from far and wide to pay for Nancy Miles. Before the age of 21, 100 men had come and gone. None of them could win the dream of love that was in her eyes. Any man who loved her then never was the same again. His memory was haunted with thoughts of Nancy Miles. In every town and village too, the fame of Nancy grew and grew. Soon her name was spoken round many's the campfire side. And in Ballinasloe and Horsefertane, when tinker men would hand away, many's the fight was fought to win the pride of Nancy Miles. I hope that you don't get me wrong. Nancy was the fairest one, heart so full of kindness and as gentle as a smile. She was known throughout the land, the queen of all the tinker clan. Was the dream of every man to marry Nancy Miles. Before the age of 31, 1,000 men had come and gone. None of them could win the dream of love that was in her eyes. Any man who loved her then never was the same again. His memory was haunted with thoughts of Nancy Miles. Then there came the saddest day when Nancy's father passed away. His loss had grieved her dearly, and her heart was filled with pain. Countrymen and family friends never saw her smile again. A change had taken place within the heart of Nancy Miles. Before the age of 41, Nancy, she had come and gone. Searched the country over, not a trace of her could find. Nancy's memory will live on as long as tinker men are born. Proudly they would sing the song of Tinker Nancy Miles. not a trace of her could find. Nancy's memory will live on as long as Tinkermen are born. Proudly they will sing the song of Tinker Nancy Miles. Thank you very much indeed. That was a number called Nancy Miles. Just never like to feature Gladys country number one called Love's Gonna Live Here.
Again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, the sun's gonna shine in my life once more. Love's gonna live here again. Things are gonna be the way they were before. Love's gonna live here again. Love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here again. No more loneliness, only happiness. Love's gonna live here again. I hear bells a ringing, I hear birds a singing. Love's gonna live here again. I hear bees a humming, and I know the days are coming. Love's gonna live here again. Love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here again. No more loneliness, only happiness. Love's gonna live here again. I hear bells a ringing, I hear birds a singing. Love's gonna live here again. I hear bees a humming, and I know the days are coming. Love's gonna live here again. Love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here. Love's gonna live here again. No more loneliness, only happiness. Love's gonna live here again. Love's gonna live here again.
Just then we got a very, very special request for a little song of all about Mayo. Was one called Take Me Back to Mayo. My name is Mike O'Brien. From Banya I came. I saw my people suffer and vowed I'd break the chain. I raised a flag in England, prepared to fight or die. Far away from me home, beneath an Irish sky. Take me back to Mayo, across the Irish Sea. Home to dear old Mayo, where once I ran so free. Take me back to Mayo, hunger strike, I die. I haven't one last longing, I pray you not tonight. Bury me in my home beneath an Irish sky. Take me back to my home across the Irish Sea. Home to dear old me home, where once I ran so free. Take me back to my home, then let my body lie. Home at last to my home, beneath an Irish sky. Take me back to my home, across the Irish Sea. Oh, to dear old me home, where once I ran so free. Take me back to my home, there let my body lie. Home at last in my home, beneath an Irish sky. Thank you very much, Sinead. That was a little number called Take Me Back to Me Home. I'm going out tonight, and I'm going to have a skinful. A pub crawl if you like, but I'll be home tomorrow night. I was on the booze last night, the same again this morning, and if I don't make it home, I'll be there before the dawning. Well, if I don't make it home, I'll be there in the morning, and if I don't make it home, I'll be there tomorrow night. I met this Paddy Blunt, and we had a few together. When the landlord he called time, we were right under the weather. But he came across to me, and he said, "Get out, you Dawson." I stumbled to the door, Lord, I never more the tosser. Well, if I don't make it home, I'll be there in the morning, and if I don't make it home, I'll be there before the dawning. Well, if I don't make it home, I'll be there in the morning, and if I don't make it home, I'll be there tomorrow night. I was drinking with a John, we were nipping back the whiskey, while the cockles off your heart, and it makes you feel quite frisky. Well, if I don't make it home, I'll be there in the morning, and if I don't make it home, I'll be there before the dawning. Well, if I don't make it home, I'll be there in the morning, and if I don't make it home, I'll be there tomorrow night. I was drinking with a tap, we were drinking pints of Guinness. By the time we left the loo, sure there wasn't much left in us. I said, "Where you come from?" And he said, "I'm from the Rhondda." I pushed him on his bike, Lord, you should have seen him wander. And if I don't make it home, I'll be there in the morning, and if I don't make it home, I'll be there before the dawning. Well, if I don't make it home, I'll be there in the morning, and if I don't make it home, I'll be there tomorrow night. I was drinking pints of cider when I met the bit of sun. In the shed I tried to hide her. Well, the missus she found out and chased me around the kitchen. But I met her to the door, but she stabbed me with her knitting. Well, if I don't make it home, I'll be there in the morning. And if I don't make it home, I'll be there before the dawning. Well, if I don't make it home, I'll be there in the morning. And if I don't make it home, I'll be be there tomorrow night. Thank you very much, Shane. That's a little number called The Pub Crawl. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very, very special request for a little Donegal number is one called My Donegal Show.
Returning no more. But the girl I dream of has another man's love. Far, far away, my Donegal shore. Oh, but why should I care? 'Cause she's happy there, and she may have children, she may be wealthy or poor, but I can't help my dreams of what might have been if I stayed at home at my Donegal shore. It's winter time there, all the trees will be bare, and the rain clouds will darken my native green door. But if that girl I could hold, every raindrop would be gold. They would fall all around us, my Donegal shore. Oh, there's no one to blame, but before she took his name, when she told me she loved him, how it hurt to the core. But I could never descend to be only your friend, and I left her there, my Donegal shore. Now it's winter time there, all the trees will be bare, and the rain clouds will darken my native green door. But if that girl I could hold, every raindrop would be gold. They would fall all around us at my Donegal shore. But if that girl I could hold, every raindrop would be gold. They would fall all around us at my Donegal shore.
Anyway, Mitch, he does a little number called My Donegal Shore. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of the cabaret, and would you please put your hands together for the star of the evening, the one and only Paddy from Camberwell Green.
Now I'm a gallant Irishman of a daughter Mary Ann. She's the sweetest, neatest colleen in the soil. Though she can't purchase satin, she's a wonder at bog Latin, in a fluid, fascinating sort of style. When she's selling for a fish, sure it is a fungus wish. They capture her charms, some handsome man. And no matter where she goes, though sure everybody knows, she's Mickey McGilligan's daughter Mary Ann. She's a darling, plum and hearty, she's the life of every party. She's invited to the holies, one and all. And a big explosive laugh, once you're up to sit your ass. Though a noble heart is maiden knees are short. Sure, 'tis easy to be seen that she is no beauty queen. And her double chin is steam round every day. And her eyebrows they are shifted, and her face it is to be lifted. The who's going to lift it I can't say. She's a darling, she's a daisy, she's all the city crazy. She's a hands and knees upon her like a man. And no matter where she goes, oh sure everybody knows she's Mickey McGilligan's daughter, Mary Ann. Shouldn't be allowed. Shouldn't be allowed. Listen. Thanks very much. God bless you all. God bless you all once more. Me? I'm terrible trouble. What? I don't like standing in front of this square fella here, you know. He's a bit dodgy. Been queer since Christmas. Listen, had a bit trouble coming in. Sorry I'm a bit late. Bit trouble, the wife, that is the thickest woman you've ever seen in your life, my missus. The thickest woman on 4 legs, I'm not kidding you. She came in to me, she says, I think there's something wrong with the car. She says, I think there's water in the carburetor. I says, where's the car? She says, in the river. Listen, when I got married, I'm up at the altar raising that particular morning, and the priest is looking at me rather funny. And it suddenly dawned on me he wanted a few shillings. I says, how much do you want, Father? He said, give me whatever you think the bride is worth. So I took a look at the quail and I had a corner of my eye, put my hand in my pocket and gave him 10 bob. He took another look at her and gave me back 7 and 6. That's a fact. That's as sure as I'm riding this bike. I said to her, listen. I said to her, black underwear turns me on. She never washed me wife fronts for about 6 months. That's as sure as I'm riding this bike. Listen, shut up. I said to her the other night, I said, why don't you tell me when you're having an orgasm? She says, you're never here at the time. For years and years, she thought a climax was a forklift truck. Honest to God, listen, thick woman. But kids, I love kids myself. I got 3 kids, 1 of each. This little boy says to the mother, can Granny take me for a wee-wee? She says, I'll take you. No, he says, I want Granny to take me. She says, why do you want Granny to take you? Well, he says, her hand shakes. Listen.
Is it after?
Shut up, listen. You'd like this one. Yeah, no, shut up. You like this one? Father and mother, an 18-year-old daughter, they're watching the lovely play on the television. And you know yourself, ladies and gentlemen, when you're watching something nice on the television, nobody wants to get up to make the tea, do they? Nobody wants to make the tea. So the mother got up vexed after a little while and she went into the kitchen and put the kettle on. This is the truth now, honest to God, I was there. She put the kettle on and she came back and sat down and she says, well, I put the kettle on and I'm not going to make the tea. And the 18-year-old daughter says, and I'm not going to make the tea. And the father says, well, I never do, and I'm certainly not going to make it. Well, the mother came to the conclusion that whoever broke silence and spoke, that was the one that makes the tea. So there was a deadly hush over the living room, the 3 of them sitting there watching the television, and there's a knock on the door. And it's the daughter's boyfriend that's come around for a little bit of the old house of father. And he come, no, he said, hello, anyone in? Silence, nothing. So he lifted the window and got in. And hello there, nothing. They wouldn't even answer him. So he laid down beside the queer one, you see, and of course, he only came there for one thing, and he was beginning to feel her leg. And to make a long story short, he got her down in front of the television and made mad, passionate love to her. And after a little while, he fancied the mother, because she was a tasty bit of stuff anyway. So he got her down on the ex-minister. She never had her underfelt before, but he got her down anyway. He got her down on the carpet in front of the television, and the father's watching the proceedings out of the corner of his eye, you see. And after all this, the queer fella says, well, I think I'll go to the bathroom and wash my hands. Well, you would after that kind of thing, anyway. So away he went, and as he's going to the bathroom, he had to pass by the kitchen, and there's the kettle dancing mad on the stove. And he went in to switch it off, and he burnt his hand. And he went back into the living room, and he says, have you got any Vaseline? And his father says, I'll make the tea. Shouldn't be allowed. Shouldn't be allowed. Listen. This fella wanted to be a priest. And he went out to Rome to see the Pope. And the Pope says, well, you can't be a priest just like that. He says, you'll have to answer a few questions. And Paddy says, fire away. No problem whatsoever. He says, okay. He says, who was born in a stable and millions followed him? Oh, he says, that was Red Rum. For God's sake, says the Pope, you've no chance. He says, one more question. He says, what was Damascus? He says, that kills 99% of all known germs. Oh, for the love of God, he says, you've no chance of becoming a priest whatsoever. He says, one more question, and that's your lot. He says, what happened when Moses went to Mount Olive? He says, Popeye went bloody mad. Listen. Little young fella, didn't know much about the old how's your father. He didn't know much about the old how's your father, and he went to confession. He says, Father, could you tell me, is knickers a curse? And the priest said, no, but them bloody tights are. Listen. Paddy and Mick walking down the road and they came upon this girl in an awful state. The back wheel of her bike was punctured. And Paddy says to Mick, I'll get this girl out of trouble. You carry on down and sit in the ditch down the road. So Mick went and sat in the hedge down the road, you see, and Paddy set about the bike, mending the puncture. And about half an hour later, he came charging down the hill on the little rally bike, bells ringing and everything. And Mick says, where in the name of God did you get that bike? He says, you won't believe it. You will not believe it. He says, as soon as I had the puncture mended for that nice girl, she threw herself down on the grass, whipped her knickers off, and said I could have anything I liked. So he says, I took the bike. Mick says you done right. That knickers wouldn't fit you anyway. Listen. And the smell of her. Listen. The flies followed her all the way home. Come here. This governor here, you know, he went on honeymoon. You know Seamus? Seamus O'Brien, this big-bellied fella here, that's what you see walking around, ladies and gentlemen. He went on honeymoon. When he got married, he went on honeymoon to Spain. And he's lying on the beach in Spain in a nudist colony. And he got sunburnt all over, willy and all. The whole job, and he got back into the bedroom suite and he was trying to make love to the queer one, and the pain was fierce. Oh, the pain of it. And he got up and he went downstairs into the kitchen, got a glass of milk out of the fridge, and he's standing there dangling the langer in the glass of milk, you see. Well, at least there was a pint glass. And the wife looked across the landing and she says, Jez, I often wondered how you fill them things. Listen. And the smell of it, listen. And the pain, you could bathe an ass out of a bog with it. Listen. Reminds me when I went on honeymoon and I'm in a big hotel down in Bournemouth and I had saved up a few shillings, you know. I'd saved up for ages. And we're standing there in the foyer, you see, and the receptionist is thumbing through the book to try and get us the best room in the house. And he looked up at the queer one I just married and he says, excuse me, madam. He says, would you like the bridle? Not at all. She says, I'll hang on to his ears till I get used to it. That's a fact. I thought, listen. Shouldn't be allowed. I took the missus from Madame Tussauds on the honeymoon as well. I went down in the Chamber of Horrors. And the attendant came over and he says, is the queer one with you? I says, she is, I just married her. Well, he says, keep her moved around, only we're stock taking today. Listen. Funny one. As a fact, I went to the dance with Kieran Kelly here down the National there not so long ago. This is the gospel truth now. I wouldn't tell you a lie. You know that. Would I tell you a lie? Ah, no, I wouldn't. Listen. And I went in there and he came up to me, Kieran came up to me afterwards and he says, none of the women will dance. And would you blame him really? Look at the state of them. Will that style ever come back, I wonder? Listen. And says, none of the women will dance with me. I'm not surprised. I says, your feet are rotten. I says, go away and change your socks and the girls will dance with you. So I met him half an hour later. He says, they still won't dance with me, Sean. He says, I don't know what's wrong. I says, did you change your socks? Says, I did. I said, what did you do with the dirty pair? He says, I got them here in my pocket. And he picked up the bird anyway. He picked up the bird and he's going down the Kilburn High Road and he says to her, any chance of a little bit of the owl, how's your father tonight? She says, not tonight. She says, I'm on my menstrual cycle. He says, that's all right, I'll follow you on the Honda. Shouldn't be allowed. Listen, James Hunt, the famous racing driver, and Jeremy Thorpe, the famous pile driver, they died and went to heaven. And St. Peter came out and he says, now, lads, you haven't been bad lads down there at all, he says, on earth. I'll tell you what, he says, I'll give you your wings straight away. Fair enough, he says, but I'll tell you what, I'll have to remind you of two little things, he says. If you have any bad thoughts at all, he says, your wings will drop off. And if you have any really dirty, perverted thoughts, he says, you'll just disappear. So because this lovely, shapely angel happened to be passing by. And James Hunter ran the old gate to heed, you see, the wheels was in motion. Ooh, and he was giving it some of that, and his wings dropped off, and he bent down to pick him up, and Jeremy Thorpe disappeared. Shouldn't be allowed. Thanks very much. Fantastic.
Oh, you're a beaut. It'll be better down there.
You all right, Daddy? You all right, Daddy? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a packed house for you tonight. Later on, we have a one-legged tap dancer from Dublin coming on. Always goes down well. And we have now, at this particular moment, a very, very good friend of mine. I'd like you to put your hands together and welcome on stage Miss Mary Edwards. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. All the way from County Laois. Where is she? Isn't she beautiful? Fantastic.
That's 21 years.
The judge said, stand up, lads, and dry up your tears. You're sentenced to Dartmoor for 21 years. So dry up your tears, babe, and kiss me goodbye. The best friend must part, babe, so must you and I hear the train come, we'll be here at night to take me to Dartmoor to serve up my time. I look down the railway, plainly I see you're standing there waving your goodbyes to me. 6 months have gone by, babe, I wish I were dead. There's a cold, weary dungeon and a roof for my head. It's raining in heaven and the moon gives no light. Now will you tell me, babe, why you never ride? I've waited, I've trusted, and I've longed for the day. There's a lifetime so weary, and my hair's turning gray. All my thoughts are for you, babe, going out of my mind. And 21 years is a mighty long time. Come on, ye young fellas, a warning from me. Don't trust your affections wherever you be. Just fight like a soldier
Mayo.
Take me home to Mayo, across the Irish Sea. Home to dear old Mayo, where once I roamed so free. Take me back to Mayo, and there let my body lie. Home in dear old Mayo, up beneath an Irish sky. My name is Michael Gahan, from Ballina I came. I saw my people suffering, and I swore to break the chain. I have but one last longing, and I pray you'll not deny. You'll bury me in Mayo, up beneath an Irish sky. My body's cold and hungry, and Parker's here I lie. For the loving of my country, on hunger strike I die. I have but one last longing, and I know you'll not deny. You'll bury me in Mayo, up beneath an Irish sky. Ah, then take me home to Mayo, across the Irish Sea. Home to dear old Mayo, where once I roamed so free. Take me back to Mayo, there let my body lie. Home in dear old Mayo, up beneath an Irish sky. I raise the flag of Ireland, prepare to fight or die. For my homeland and my country, in a foreign land I die. Take me back to Mayo, and there let my body lie. Back in dear old Mayo, up beneath an Irish sky. Thank you.
Mary Edwards, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once more. Might see her again later on. I took Mary home one night, you know, and as men will do, I was dropping the hand on her as I went home. And I discovered she had garters on her, lads. And I said, what are them things on your legs? She says, them are me giggling garters. I says, why do you call them giggling garters? She says, when you get up that far, you're laughing. Listen. And I took a shortcut through the graveyard. And on the way through the graveyard, I was feeling a little bit, you know, the crack. And I got her up against this tombstone and had mad, passionate love with her. And she got indoors and she says to the sister, God, she says, I've an awful pain in me back. And the sister says, strip off and let's have a look at you. And she stripped off there in the bedroom and the sister says, I can't see anything wrong with your back. Well, I say, your arse died in 1872. That right, Mary? I love a girl with a lumpy blouse. Listen. Two nuns went into an off license. And they want a bottle of whiskey for Mother Superior's constipation. And the governor of the off license was walking the dog through the park in about an hour's time. And he see the two nuns drunk as lords in the park, the two of them. Drunk as lords. And he went up to Sister Teresa and he says, here, sister, I thought that whiskey was for Mother Superior's constipation. She says it was, because when she sees us in this state, she'll shit herself. I'm done. I've done a lot of travelling by train, ladies and gentlemen. Last week I was going home from the Foresters. And I staggered on the train at Euston. And there's a priest sitting opposite. And I says to him, "You're a right-looking lachico," I says, "going around with your shirt on back to front." But the priest said, "My good man," he says, "I'm a father." "Well, sure," says I'm a father as well. But I don't go around wearing my shirt back to front. Well, to the priest, "I'm a father of thousands." Well, I said, "It's not your shirt you should have on back to front, it's your trousers." Listen. Shouldn't be allowed, should it? Shouldn't be allowed. Two nuns walking down the Mitcham Road the other day past the Foresters, and two lads pulled them up an alleyway, started to rape him, something fierce. Sister Teresa put the two hands together. She says, "Forgive them, Lord, for they know not what to do." And Sister Veronica was a bit further down the alleyway. She says, "I don't know about your fella, but my lad seems to know what he's doing." Shouldn't be allowed. Who's that? We have a gentleman in the audience. Hello, girls. Could you hear us in there? We could hear you as well. Hello, horse. Come over here and I'll talk to you. Come over here. We'll get it in black and white. Come on over here. How are you getting on? How about a nice round of applause for the best pot man in the business, ladies and gentlemen? He's a fantastic man. He was telling me early on he comes from a place out in the Amazon jungle where the Fakawi tribe are. There's long grass everywhere and everyone goes around all day saying, "Where the fuck are we? Where the fuck are we?" Isn't that right?
I think it
He was telling me he looked up his family tree recently and he found most of his relations were still living up in it. Isn't that right? Gentlemen, nice round of applause, fantastic. He used to be a very sexy man once, you know. He used to be a very sexy fella, and he was knocking off this white man's wife. This is a gospel truth, and he was in the bed with her, and all of a sudden, downstairs, the husband has come home from work. And he said, "What will I do?" She says, "Get up in the loft, and I'll pull the trapdoor on you. And I'll hide you up there." And in the hurry, sure, jizz, the jewellery was hanging down, and she shut the trap. The brooch and earrings hanging there out of the ceiling. And the husband came in and he got into bed, and just as he was to switch the light off, he see these two big black things hanging out of the ceiling. And he says to the wife, "What in the name of God are them yokes there?" She says, "Them are the new council door chimes." And he went, "Nothing." Again. Oh. No. He got the shoe from under the bed. And he went, the big heavy shoe from under the bed, and he went, bang! And your man says, "All right, for God's sake, ding dong, ding dong." It's a fact. Other fella, I haven't been feeling myself lately though, lads. I went to the doctor and he put me up on the bench and examined me, and he says, "I'm afraid, my good man," he says, "you got too much sugar in your water." So I went home and pissed on my cornflakes. Listen. I was there. I had a woman doctor once, nice girl she was, lovely blonde, you know, lovely blonde girl. And I went in one day, and she says, "What's the matter with you?" Well, I says, "I get this shooting pain down here amongst the jewellery." She says, "Strip off, drop the trousers, and let's have a look at you." And honest to God, ladies and gentlemen, the weather was against me on that particular day. There's the poor creator, and he blown in the breeze. And she came over and she grabbed me by the left, what do you call her? What do you call her? That's it. Oh, my God. She's well up in that kind of thing. That's right. I'll have a chat with you later on. Listen. I'll give you the other one. Where did that one go? Listen. She grabbed me by the left one. She said, "Cough." I went, "Eh." She grabbed me by the right one. She said, "Cough again." I went, "Eh." She grabbed grabbed me by the old fella. She says, say 99. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. What's that? Mr. Eamon Murphy. Is Eamon Murphy in the house, ladies and gentlemen? All the way from County Cork. Eamon Murphy. Let's have Eamon Murphy on the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Is he there? No? Is he on the way? That's it. Big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a nice round of applause for Mr. Eamon Murphy. There he is. Sound as a bell. Fantastic.
Open up your heart and let my love come in. Open up your heart and let my life begin. The sun's gonna shine, there'll be blue skies again. When you open up your heart and let my love come in. I know you've been hurt by no love affair. Darling, don't blame me, I wasn't even there. Your long, lonely nights I will bring to an end. When you open up your heart and let my love come in. Open up your heart and let my love come in. Open up your heart and let my life begin. The sun's gonna shine, there'll be blue skies again. When you open up your heart and let my love come in. Someone before me has treated you like dirt. Someone before me has made your heart hurt. Your long, lonely nights I will bring to an end. When you open up your heart and let my love come in. Open up your heart and let my love come in. Open up your heart and let my life begin. The sun's gonna shine, there'll be blue skies again. When you open up your heart and let my love come in. Open up your heart and let my love come in. Open up your heart and let my life begin. The sun's gonna shine, there'll be blue skies again. When you open up your heart and let my love come in. When you open up your heart and let my love come in. I have seen the 7 wonders of this big world. But Ireland, I miss you most of all. So with God's good help, I'm on my way home to see you all. I'm only 40 miles from you, my hometown, Donegal. Donegal, Donegal. Though I've traveled wide, I miss you most of all. So I'm coming home today. I'm not too far away. I'm coming home to you, sweet Donegal. I left my home one winter's morn for Boston. Now the leaves are green, I'm coming home to stay. I've seen the leaning tower, Niagara's waters fall. place can compare with me, my hometown, Donegal.
Fantastic. We'll see him again later on. Marvellous man, marvellous man. I was talking about kids early on. This little kid in school, and the teacher dropped the chalk, and she bent down to pick it up, and the young lad put the hand up, and he says, "Teacher, I seen the left leg of your knickers." She says, "Get out of here, you're expelled for a week." Second day, she dropped the chalk again. Another young lad put the hand up, "I seen the right leg of your knickers." She says, "Get out of here, you're expelled for a fortnight." The third day, she had this little mini skirt on her. and the clumsy cow dropped the chalk again. And she bent down to pick it up, and the young lad picked up the school bag, and he had a hand on the knob of the door going out through the door, and the teacher says, "Where are you going?" He says, "My school days are finished." It's a fact. Listen. Another little boy walking through the fields, out in the park with the father, going for a walk. And he was a vicious little sod. He see this butterfly, and he went, "Kill the butterfly." And the father says, "That's your lot." He says, "No more butter for you for a week." Little bit further on, he comes upon a honeybee, and he went, "Kill the honeybee." And the father gave him a clout in the lug, and he says, "That's your lot." He says, "No honey for you for a fortnight." Got indoors, and a big cockroach ran across the kitchen floor as they walked in, and the mother went like that. And the little fella looked up at the father. He says, "Will you tell her, or will I?" That was me. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing about this profession, you meet some very, very nice and talented people. I'd like to put your hands together now for one of the finest lady singers I've ever heard in my life. And she's going to start off with a song called "Act Naturally." Put your hands together for Miss Jackie Hayes. Jackie, fantastic.
Act naturally.
Act naturally.
They're gonna put me in the movies. They're gonna make a big star out of me. They'll make me sing about a gal that's sad and lonely. And all I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I bet you I'm gonna be a big star. I might win an Oscar, you can never tell. Movie's gonna make me a big star. 'Cause I can play the part so well. Well, I hope you come and see me in the movies. And then I know that you'll plainly see the biggest fool that ever hit the big time. And all I gotta do is act naturally. They'll make me sing about a gal that's sad and lonely. She comes begging back for to bend with me. I play a part that I don't need rehearsing. And all I gotta do is act naturally. Well, I bet you I'm gonna be a big star. I might win an Oscar, you can never tell. The movie's gonna make me a big star. 'Cause I can play the part so well. Well, I hope you come and see me in the movies. And I know that you'll plainly see the biggest fool that ever hit the big time. And all I gotta do is act naturally. And all I gotta do is act naturally. All I gotta do is act naturally. Thank you. I'd like to continue with a Foster and Allen song for you this time. I'm sure you all know this one. You can sing along if you want. Both Flames.
See.
Downtown tonight, saw no friend, someone who I used to take comfort from long before I met you. Well, I caught a spark in his eyes, a This is a wee rock and roll song this time. Get us all clapping your hands. Off now. I'm going to do a wee song from the north of Ireland, my part of the world. Before I do, could you all put your hands together for the band? Because I think they're doing a fantastic job up here. This is another wee song you should all know. You can all sing along to this one. There's one fair county in Ireland where there's memories so glorious and grand, where nature has lavished its bounties. It's the orchard of Erin's green land. I love its cathedral and cities,
Fantastic. Let's hear it once more for Jackie Hayes. Marvellous, absolutely marvellous. How about a nice round of applause for Kieran Kelly's band here, ladies and gentlemen? They're great. Marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. I asked them to play some heavy rock early on, and they played The Stone Outside Dan Murphy's Door. Think about it. Listen, 3 old ladies talking about old times. One old lady says, I remember well, she says, when you could get 2 big onions hanging down like that for a penny. And the second old lady says, and I remember when you could get a big long cucumber, that size for 2pence. And the third old lady was a bit deaf. She says, I remember that fella well, but I can't think of his name. Listen, don't laugh now, ladies and gentlemen. We have a special request for a man all the way from County Sligo over here on honeymoon. Johnny, stand up, stand up. On honeymoon, ladies and gentlemen. But let's hear it once more for Johnny from County Sligo. Fantastic. Mind how you go, Johnny. Be careful. This priest lost his bike. And he had a word with the parish priest, and the parish priest, he was only a little curate. The parish priest said, the best thing you could do, he says, is do a little sermon on the 10 Commandments. And when you come to the one, thou shalt not steal, have a little gander round the congregation. And the lad is pulling the cap down in his eyes and blushing up. That's the fella that took your bike. So the following Sunday, the curate got up in the pulpit and he went right the way through the 10 Commandments, never stopped. And the parish priest pulled him in the vestry afterwards and he says, you never stop that thou shalt not steal. He says, when I came to the one, thou shalt not commit adultery, I remembered where I left the bike. That's a fact, listen. There's another very good friend of mine, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Donegal. He's over here on holiday. Mr. Dominic Barr from Strand Road, Donegal. Put your hands together once again. And that is the meanest man ever left Donegal. Do you know that? Last Christmas, he went outside the back door with a shotgun, fired both barrels into the air, and went in and told the kids that Santa Claus had committed suicide. That's a fact. He's so mean. I'm not going to hold up the show much longer, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like you now to put your hands together for one of the most talented men. He's left the stool, I think. Is he gone? One of the most talented men I have ever met in my life. Mr. John Murphy, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. Come on, John. That was short and sweet, wasn't it? Is a hit, like, that's your act, is it?
Well, you want me to sing as well, do you?
I'd like you to sing as well, yeah. John Murphy, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic man.
Quick as possible. Little song that I wrote away back 10 years ago about London town. Here we go.
Feet back on the ground. After taking several readings, well, I found out that my mind's still fairly sound. Well, I thought Kilburn was the roughest, but I guess I've said her 1,000 times in all. Well, they said we look suspicious, but I think they'll like to piss on me and Paul. Well, we got busted up in Cricklewood, for facts I'd rather not disclose. When you're sleeping up in Camden Town, you don't leave nothing in your clothes. Yeah.
said we look suspicious, but I think they'll like to piss on me and Paul. Yeah. Well, Paul appeared in Wembley with Kenny Wells and Charlie Pride. Well, it was long and hard traveling. We went there just to play night for the ride. Yeah. We drank a lot of whiskey. We didn't know if we'd play the night at all. Yeah. We got our education on the streets of the nation, me and Paul. Well, it's long and hard traveling, trying to get my feet back on the ground. Well, after taking several readings, well, to find out that my mind's still fairly sound. Woo! I thought Kilburn was the roughest, but I guess I've said it 1,000 times and on. Well, they said we look suspicious, but I think they'll like to pick on me and Paul. Well, we got our education on the streets of the nation, me and Paul. Well, they said we look suspicious, but I think they'll like to pick on me and Paul. The Republic. Thank you. That was, I'd like to dedicate that song to the Republic of Brixton. A little song this time for a few friends of mine that I haven't met for 25 years. Unbelievable. For Chrissy and Jean and Bill and Tom. I think I've got them all the names right. I hope so. Otherwise, a little song this time called The Bunch of Time.
A rose that never
time away. So come on, ye maidens, young and fair, all you that are blooming in your prime, always beware and keep your garden fair. Let no man steal away your time, for time it is a precious thing, and time brings all things to my mind. Time with all its labor, along with all its joy. Time brings all things to my mind. Time brings all things to Thank you. This is a little song that was brought to Australia in the 1890s. They've actually named a beer after it. We'll do that tomorrow. Don't forget that I got out of a sick bed to be here tonight. The landlady wasn't feeling too up the Republic. There's a little song called Yeah, oh, very fast.
Very fast.
A wild colonial boy, Jack Dugan was his name. He was born and raised in Ireland in a place called Castlemaine. He was his father's only son, his mother's pride and joy, and dearly did his parents love that wild colonial boy. At the early age of 16, he left his native home. Onto Australia's sunny shores he was inclined to roam. He robbed the rich, he helped the poor, he stabbed James McAvoy. A terror to Australia was that wild colonial boy. Oh, yippee-yi-yi, oh, yippee-yi-yi, that wild colonial boy. Well, one morning on the prairie, as Jackie rode along, he was listening to the mockingbirds out singing a cheerful song. Of Road, Peace Rivers on his side, Kelly Davis and Fitzroy, they all set out to capture him, that wild colonial boy. Surrender now, Jack Duggan, you're out, number 3-1. Surrendering the king's high name, you're a blundering son. Jack pulled 2 pistols from his belt and he proudly waved them high. I'd fight but not surrender cry, that wild colonial boy. Oh, yippee-yi-yi, oh, yippee-yi-yi, that wild colonial boy. He fired point blank at Kelly and he brought him to the ground. And turning round to Davis, who fell dead at the sound. When a bullet pierced the proud young heart with a pistol of Fitzroy, and that is how they captured him, that wild colonial boy. Oh, yippee-yi-yi, oh, yippee-yi-yi, that wild colonial boy. Oh, yippee-yi-yi, oh, yippee-yi-yi, that wild colonial boy. But I got a bigger clap when I was in Spain there during the holidays. This time, little song, I'm going to finish off this time by getting drunk. And as you might say, that's nothing unusual for the Murph to be drunk.
Nothing unusual.
But I went, actually without drink, for 2 days. Little song this time, somebody requested it, called Carrickfergus. I wish I was in Carrickfergus only for one night. I would swim over the deepest ocean, the deepest ocean. Oh, my love to find. But the sea is wide, and I cannot swim over, and neither have I the wings to fly. If I could find me a handsome boatman to ferry me over, oh, my love and I. Sure, it was down near Kilkenny. Sure, it is deported. There are marble stones, the same as anywhere else, with gold and silver. Sure, I will will support her. But I'll say no more till I get a drink. Sure, I'm drunk today, and I'm seldom sober. I'm a handsome rover from town to town. Oh, but I'm sick now, and my days they are numbered. Come, my little sweet love, and lay me down. Come, my little sweet love, and lay me down. Thank you there to Grant Curra on guitar and Kieran Kelly on the old box. We'll finish off with a few rock and roll songs. This is how I do my Cat Stevens impersonation, or Shakin' Stevens, or anything like that. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, shoe. 3 gear in the go, get going, don't you? Step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you know what I'm my blue suede shoes. Well, you can knock me down, step on my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything that you want to do. But now, honey, lay off my shoes and don't you? Step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything but lay off my blue suede shoes. Well, you can burn my house, steal my car, drink my liquor from an old fruit jar. Do anything that you want to do. Now, honey, lay off my shoes and don't you? Step on my blue suede shoes. Well, you know what I mean, but lay off my blue suede shoes. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, rock it all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, rock it all the time. You ain't never girl, you ain't no friend of mine. Set you a cyclist, well, that was just a line. Well, I set you a cyclist, that was just a line. You ain't never caught real and you ain't no afraid of no wine. Well, it's 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, get going, don't you? Step on my blue suede shoes. We can do anything but lay off my blue suede shoes. We can do anything but lay off my blue suede shoes. We can do anything but lay off my blue suede shoes. Good night and safe home. We'd like to hand you back to Paddy from Camberwell Blues.
John Murphy, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it once more, please. Fantastic man. Terrific. Thank you very much, John. Marvelous day. I won't kiss you because one thing leads to another. You know the crack yourself. I'd like to tell you before I call on the next guest, ladies and gentlemen, about my missus when I married her first. This is the truth now. This is the gospel truth. Listen. And she got 2 big yellow lines painted on the knickers. 2 big yellow lines she got painted on the front of her knickers the first week I got married. That first week I was booked 15 times for parking. I didn't mind paying the fine, but when she started to tow me away, that's when I started to complain. 3 nuns out in the desert, and they're out there for about 6 months in the desert, and they're starving with the hunger. This day Mother Superior had a roll round a handbag, and she found a bag of Odlum's self-raising flour. And are we allowed to advertise? And she turned to Sister Teresa, and she says, now, Sister, the best thing we can do to save our lives is one of you have a little wee-wee on the bag of flour, and we'll make a loaf of bread. And they hated the son, they'll bake it. So fair play to Sister Teresa, up with a habit. And very dirty habits, these nuns. And she's grunting and squeezing there for about 10 minutes. Not a drop. The second one got across it, dry as a bone she was. Mother Superior got across it on all fours, and didn't she fart? And she blew the flour all over the desert. And you know what happened? The other 2 nuns pissed themselves laughing. As a fact, I was there as well, and the smell of her. Listen, shut up. You were worse than I am. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're in for another special treat. We have a girl here called Eileen Moore. She's going to give us a few steps as well, along with Kieran Kelly here. Where is she? Eileen Moore, she's going to give us a couple of jigs or reels or something. Is she gone? Come on. Give her a big, nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic. Come on, Eileen. Here she comes now, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together. Terrific. Hello. Fantastic. Ah, terrific. How are you? Did you come far? No. And now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the best singers I've ever heard in my life. This is the man of whom Frank Sinatra once said. My very good friend over here in the corner, Martin Edwards. Let's hear it. Martin. Fantastic. I saved the good stuff till last. Well done, Martin, my old son. Did you know you can get them trousers in a man's size as well? Martin Edwards, fantastic.
Archie, what are you doing? You let me pass over. Give us a C.
You belong to another, and you'll never be mine. And I know one step closer, you behave as if don't let me get alone. The love she learned, I try to forget you. Lord, what else can I do? 'Cause when you ask, it say me too. And I know if I lose you, not the dream will life live. I don't want to cheat you, but I kill myself. Don't let me cross over that love sheet of life. You belong to another, and you'll never be mine. And I know we'll step closer to behave as if don't let me cross over the love sheet of life. Get away! I try to forget you, but what else can I do? 'Cause when your eyes keep saying, Lord, that you love me too. And I know if I lose you, now the dream will life live. Why do you want to cheat it? But I kill myself. Don't let me cross over love sheet alive. You belong to another, and you'll never be mine. And I know we'll step closer to be heaven's divine. Don't let me cross over the love sheet line. Don't let me cross over the love sheeted line. Well, I was asked earlier on to do a number, it goes something like this.
Mary from Manhattan.
was and sweet to love and seated on the ground. And by my side when a boy through the flood, it long might be alive. I will call for and I pray, Lord, before I will go. Then I wrote my Mary in my arms in the town of Sweet Alone. And I wrote my Mary in my arms in the town of Sweet Good Lord. Oh.
Once more for Martin Edwards. Fantastic. Fantastic, man. I with me galluses and me gansy and me two-piece overcoat. I left me home across the sea and jumped upon the boat. The captain said he'd never seen the likes of here afloat. Me galluses and me gansy and me two-piece overcoat. John Murphy says he can have the start working on the line with 5 and 20 bob an hour and all the overtime. I got me pay on Thursday and the taxman thought it swell. He took me bloody wages and me overtime as well. With me galluses and me gansy and me two-piece overcoat. I left me home across the sea and jumped upon the boat. The captain said he'd never seen the likes of here afloat. Me galluses and me gansy and me two-piece overcoat. The revenue official said you haven't got a chance. Get rid of those monstrosities that's holding up your pants. So I did as was commanded and the ladies fainted out. But when I dropped me galluses, I let it all hang out. Me galluses and me gansy and me two-piece overcoat. I left me home across the sea and jumped upon the boat. The captain said he'd never seen the likes of here afloat. Me galluses and me gansy and me two-piece overcoat. I met this girl in Brixton, 'twas down in Acre Lane. I told her she was beautiful, she thought I was insane. But when I turned up to meet her, a lump came to her throat. For I had on the galluses and the two-piece overcoat. I met this girl in Cricklewood in a pub they called the Crown. She was in desperate trouble, for her drawers was falling down. So I came to the rescue, just in case they'd trip her up. I lent the girl me galluses to keep her knickers up. I met a wife in Camberwell, and very soon was wed. The first night on our honeymoon, as we lay in the bed, the bride she started rearing up. She said, "You silly goat, you still have on your galluses and your two-piece overcoat." With me galluses and me gansy and me two-piece overcoat. I left me home across the sea and jumped upon the boat. The captain said he'd never seen the likes of here afloat. Me galluses and me gansy and me two-piece overcoat. Thanks very much, David. God bless you. Thank
Thank you.